Hey everybody, Shoe Shack Redemption here for the kickoff of season number 23, 2005-2006. Kobe Bryant coming off his second straight finals MVP. Pacers have now won 10 straight championships after beating the Warriors last year. We've got a similar team to last year. The big difference is we lost Dirk. And we gained Chris Paul through the draft. He was the #1 pick, which the Pacers landed. He's only going to play 13 minutes. Later on in the video, more likely than not, we will be trading Yao Ming because I don't have a way of really keeping him, especially with Dwight Howard on the team. So, yeah, I was in the last year of his rookie deal. I don't feel like I'm going to pay him. Plus, he's like as good as Shaq now, so I'd like to keep Shaq playing as much as possible. So not sure what we'll trade Yao for, but we'll see what teams are willing to give as we get closer to the deadline. We could also think about trading Steve Nash, who I am starting to kick off the year. Might try to see if we can get Dwayne Wade a Sixth Man of the Year. He started about half the season last year, but he got hurt and then came back, and by that point we were doing really well, so he was coming off the bench. So we're going to start off the year that way. We're playing Peyton less because he's now 37 years old. Kobe's playing a lot. Shaq we took down a little bit, mostly because Yao and Howard are so good. We drafted Lee as well. We still got Tony Allen and Kyle Korver. I think Korver, he's still got another year too, right? Yeah. So it's mostly Yao and Nash that are on the trade block, I would say, at this point. But I think we are ready to get going. We are coming off of a 73-9 year, which was what followed a 70-12. We were a crazy 80-2 3 seasons ago. So we'll see if we can keep the 70-plus wins going. It's been a while since we've had a streak like this, so this team should be able to do it. Let's make it happen. Kicking off the season with a big win and then a not-so-big win. That's a 48-point win over the Knicks. Kobe with 33 points, making 6 threes. Shaq with a double-double along with 6 assists and 4 blocks. Bosh with a big double-double. Nash. Grant Hill was 4 for 4. Peyton almost a double-double. Chris Paul's first game in 14 minutes gets 7 points, 4 assists, a couple steals. Makes his only 3. Good start. For the Knicks, they've still got Stackhouse. And Joe Johnson's down here because he fouled out with 4 points. They only beat the Raptors by 4. Kobe led the team, but not as good. We were 1 for 10 from downtown. Shaq only had 4 rebounds and fouled out. Not a great looking game here. Paul was 3 for 10. Darius Miles leads the team with 20. Manu with only 11, but he is averaging 19, so he must have gotten, 27 in the first game? Something like that. Entering November, we already get our first loss. Well, good to get it out of the way, I guess. We only beat the Wizards by 1. McDyess with a double-double. They don't have much else going for them. They lost McGrady and Ray Allen over the last couple of years. Shaq 19 and 12. Wade with the 13 and 12 game. I don't know why he gets so many assists. Grant Hill 12 points in 14 minutes. Again, perfect shooting. Nash and Peyton combined for 3 for 12. Dwight Howard didn't get a rebound or a block in 20 minutes. Not sure about that. Let's see this loss. The Nets are 2 and 2, and one of their wins are against the Pacers because they beat us by 13 in the second quarter. It wasn't Shaq's fault. He missed 1 shot. Kobe couldn't make a 3 again. Dwayne Wade was awesome. Chris Paul looks to be shooting maybe too much for his playing time. And this is who got Ray Allen. And this is a team that I think could go far. Might be like an Eastern Conference Finals opponent for us. Ray Allen in his second year with the Nets. Elton Brand in his third year. We traded them Carlos Boozer before last year. They've had Camby for a while. Jameer is in his second year. And Tayshaun they signed. So, oh, he's shooting terribly. But pretty cool team. And then we beat the Lakers by 32. They should be decent, I would think, but maybe not. 3 guys with 20 in this one. Kobe, 8 boards, 7 assists. Bosh, good-looking game. Shaq only missed 2 shots. Yeah, they still have the Pistons trio here, Rashid, Chauncey, and Rip. Along with Alonzo Mourning, Posey, Jefferson, Hughes, Ori. This is a good team. But Daniel Marshall was 0 for 8. That doesn't help. See if we can have a winning week here. We do. We beat the Bulls by 40, who already have 3 wins. That's about 3 more wins than I'd expect them to have based on their roster. Oh no, this is the team that got Dirk. That's right. I believe Dirk Nowitzki is on the Chicago Bulls. But Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal balled out in this one. Bosh with another double-double. Shaq shooting an amazing percentage so far, I believe. We shot ridiculously well in this one. Nash with 16 assists. He doesn't get that many that often. This is the team with Dirk. He played 16 minutes, so must have gotten hurt. All of his field goals made were threes. He's averaging 22. That's cool to see. But he hyperextended his elbow in this game. He's hopefully going to be playing more than that. Yeah, 32, 33, but it should probably be about 36 at this point. He's only 27. They do have Dang and Iggy. They drafted last year. They'll probably take steps up, so that's a pretty good trio to build around. We got our payback on the Nets. That was a home game that we lost, and then we're still at home and we won. Kobe with another 30-point game. Bosh, 5 blocks. We had 13 blocks in this one, including Gary Payton with 2. Dwayne Wade missed all of his shots, but having 7 boards and 7 assists made up for it. Ray Allen still getting 23 on me. Boozer almost had a double-double. Brand did. And then 28 over the Sixers. This is where Tony Parker ended up with Allen Iverson, although I don't see Allen Iverson, so that's why Tony Parker is scoring 29 points. He's averaging 21, playing 35 minutes per game. So Tony Parker might be the most improved player this year. We'll see if it goes that way, especially if Iverson's not going to be playing. This team is lacking some scoring. I didn't look at my team. Kobe at the top again. It's pretty consistent. Shaq, huge double-double. Wade didn't shoot well, but still got 16. Bosh didn't shoot well either, but had another double-double and 2 steals and 2 blocks. I don't remember how far I did practices, so let's find out. Let's just go ahead and get it done through here. Let's do... Let's just go ahead and do all these. Let's do not a day off, let's do body work. Individual. Alright, here we go. We have our first trade offer, Dang and Wilcox for Nash and Hill. And this is the Bulls, so trying to get Nash and Hill to join Dirk Nowitzki. Nash and Dirk, hey, they belong together, but not in this universe. They already had their chance. Chris Bosh is hurt. That's like the one position that I don't have much depth at because I don't want Dwight Howard to start with Shaq. So it's either going to be Grant Hill starting at power forward, because I think I made him yes, I made him able to play that, plus he's shooting 60%. Or we start Josh Smith, who hasn't even been playing. But I'd rather have someone that can shoot next to Shaq, and that is not Josh Smith. So I feel like Grant Hill's going to start, although he's not a great shooter either. But he is 93 at mid and close, so, and decent at threes. Let's go ahead and take a look how people are doing. Chris Paul, not bad. 17 and 9 per 36. Yao's not shooting quite as well, but decent. He's still somewhat happy. Dwight shooting 57%. D Wade is amazing. Oh my. He's still very happy being a sixth man. That's good. Shaq looks like he might need a rest. He is shooting a ridiculous percentage, like I said. He's also averaging more points. So that must be because Bosch does not shoot as much as Dirk. So because Dirk is gone, it clears up more shots for Shaquille and Mr. Kobe Bryant, who is number 24 for the first time in his career because Scottie Pippen's number 8 got retired, which was totally unexpected because he only spent, I think, 3.5 seasons as number 8 for the Pacers. Gary Payton shooting 50%, but he always starts better than he ends. Nash is awesome. He wants to commit his future to the team, which means he wants to sign an extension already. Alright, well, we've got to get Grant Hill in. Josh Smith is going to play. We'll have, I guess, some overlap with Dwight and Shaq. I've been trying to minimize it, but it's going to have to happen some. And actually, Smith's probably going to be playing a lot of small forward, I'd imagine. Go ahead and get Dwight a couple more minutes there. Well, maybe Hill's not. Hill would be small forward when Smith is in, so let's switch that. So Smith 13. I gotta do this one too. Hill at 26, that seems doable. Smith is in with Shaq. He's at small forward in with Howard and Shaq there. Here, Howard and Yao. That's an interesting front line with Wade and Paul. So it's all the backups in together there at the end of the first. It should be alright. Alright, and I was going to let's give Shaq 1 minute rest until Bosch is back. How many is he playing in the second half? 6 plus 5 is 11, plus 5 is 16. So it probably should come here in the, let's do it there. And then we'll save. I don't think I have a no CB lineup. Go ahead and have that ready for if Bosch gets hurt again. And I realize I am risking it. The longer I keep Yao, there's a chance he gets hurt and I'm not able to trade him, but we're just going to hope that doesn't happen. We just beat the Jazz by 67 points. We were 3 points away from doubling their score. Oh boy. Huge wins this week. 33 over the Hawks. They're pretty bad. Wade and Bryant with 30. Dwayne Wade was 14 of 16 from the free throw line. Shaq with his lowest scoring game there. I'm guessing Shaq played more when Bosch got hurt too. So that's probably part of why he was tired. Pierce and Odom leading the way. Odom's averaging a little more than he has the last few years. This is going to be fun to look at. The Jazz are 1 and 9. They're really, really bad. They're the team that's had Drew Gooden as their best player. And I think they drafted, was it Andrew Bynum maybe? Dwayne Wade led the team in back-to-back games, got to the free throw line a whole bunch again. Shaq double-double. So Bosch played 30 minutes in this one, 13 assists for Payton and 7 steals. I'm guessing that ties a career high. Yes, it does, and it's the most in the league so far. Duncan had 7 blocks, Kidd 22 assists. Al Harrington, 19 rebounds is the high. That'll get defeated, I hope. Tracy McGrady made 7 threes. Corey Maggette got 41 points. Gary Payton's doing good stuff so far. He wants his contract extended. Well, that's probably going to happen because we'd like to keep him a Pacer for life. Yes. It wasn't Bynum. It was Bogut they drafted. He's averaging 14 and 12 and shooting threes for some reason. He's 1 for 13. But they just don't have much going for them. They don't have a good point guard. Good and still averaging a lot of points. So they've got a decent interior, but not much else. Then 24 over the Spurs. So this was the game that Grant Hill started. Q Rich got 29 for them. They drafted Jan with the 27th pick. Dwayne Wade led the team in 3 out of the 4 games this week. Shaq had 4 blocks. Yeah, with 14 points, I think that's a season high. Dwight Howard got 4 turnovers. Shaq had 5. We had 19 as a team. Grant Hill didn't do much as a starter. Josh Smith got 2 steals and 2 blocks in his first playing time of the year. That's pretty cool. And we've got a nice Thanksgiving game here against the Knicks. Chris Bosh is back. Let's get him back in. We'll give him a little bit of a rest from what he was playing. I think let's do it here. Give Howard another one. And let's still give Shaq a rest too. Until the next injury. Hill was getting tired. He's still shooting amazing though. Alright, we played the Hornets twice, beat them by a lot, and then they held us to only 99, but we still beat them by 22. Had a close one against the Knicks with no defense involved. But this first one was a 39-point victory. They're not looking good. Kobe with a huge game. 5 turnovers, though. Made all 10 of his free throws. Shaq somehow had 3 rebounds. He was on his way to probably a 30-point game before he fouled out. Nash with great double-double as well. Dwight Howard with a rare double-double. It's his second of the season. I don't remember seeing one before, so there must be another one coming up this week. But he had 0 last year. Pretty excited to get him as the backup center going and then figure out what we're doing, what we swap Yao for. Al Harrington there averaging 25 and 10 in his first year as a Hornet. They don't have much else. They do have Al Jefferson in his second year who's scoring as well. Eddie Jones not scoring too much. Not a great looking team. The Knicks are 10 and 6, so that Stackhouse Joe Johnson team. This time Johnson did not foul out. He almost did. He is averaging a career high in points. They got Kenyon Martin still averaging about the same as he has every year. Stackhouse has upped his performance from last year, it looks like. Heinrich, not a bad looking team. That's 10 and 6, makes sense. Wade leads the way again. Kobe played 40 minutes. We had Payton and Bosch foul out. Bosch had 1 rebound. Payton had a really good game going. And it looks like they both pretty much played their minutes, except it was an overtime game. I just now realized that. That's why people played more too. Shaq with almost a double-double. We got Aaron McKee and Tony Allen in the game. So they're probably tired here against the Hornets, which is why we only scored 99 points. Al Harrington gets 33 on me this time. Wade and Kobe at the top, which has been a consistent thing. Shaq with 4 blocks. Nash 10 assists. And I think this is where we went. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get this stuff done. Bodywork, sure. Let's study film and then do a little scrimmage to get ready for this back-to-back against the Pistons. Rockets, Sixers. Alright. So we're ending November, entering December here. We got 3 away games. Played Dirk's Bulls again. Steve Francis and Steven Jackson. So this is the team that we beat in the finals last year. And we've actually faced them 2 of the last 3 years. Francis and Jackson for Nash and Hill. It's kind of like a position swap. I would get a little younger small forward. Actually, Francis is younger than Nash too. But I like Nash and Hill more, so no thanks. 4 more wins there. Beat the Cavs by 14. They are not looking very good. No, they don't have much. They drafted Granger with the 9th pick. Looks like he's getting some good playing time. Looks like they got Gerald Green as well with the 6th pick. So they had the 6th and 9th pick. He's averaging 20 points a game. Radmanovich got 25 on me. Wade at the top again. If he's not in the 6-man voting, I'm going to be really confused. Shaq 7 for 9. Bosch only 5 and 6, but had 2 blocks. Then we come back and beat Dirk's Bulls. They're only 7 and 12. Kobe 32, Shaq 29. Nash, Peyton, both with double-doubles. Peyton, another 2-block game. I don't know what he's doing, but I like it. Who's he blocking? Keon Dooling? Probably. What's Dirk averaging now? Oh, 27 points. Oh, boy. Dirk Nowitzki is going to be a stud this year, now that he's off of the All-NBA team, Indiana Pacers. Dang's looking good. Iggy's looking, well, about the same as he did last year, it looks like. They need a point guard. Their point guard is Keon Dooling. That's what they're missing. But there have been like no trades in the league in the last several years for some reason. I have a feeling it has something to do with me having all the draft picks pretty much. Like teams are usually trading draft picks, not just players, so. This was our first look at LeBron this year. Last year's MVP. He got 42 on us. 16 of 17 from the line. He's averaging a little more points, a little more rebounds, a little more assists, a little more steals, a little more blocks, turnovers, shooting about the same but better threes, playing even more. LeBron James is about to take over the league. I guess he kind of already has. This team, what was their record? Only 11 and 8. I had a feeling this might be who we face in the finals if we can get there again, because they've got Bibby, LeBron, Antoine Walker, Penny's off the bench, Zach Randolph is their center right now, Shane Battier is their wing defender. He's actually shooting really well this year. So a good-looking team for Portland. We didn't have any huge scorer, but Shaq led the team, had 16 boards and 4 blocks. Kobe had a 5-5-5 game. That's fun. And 2 blocks. LeBron had more than half their points, too. Only beat the Hawks by 4, so that was a close one. We let them come back in the 4th quarter for some reason. Paul Pierce now averaging 22 a game. They drafted Lou Williams with the 19th pick. He's not playing too much, but we'll probably get to play more as the season goes on. Kobe with 35 this time. Wade gets to the line so much. Shaq and Nash double-doubles. Bosch close. Peyton 7 turnovers and 1 point. That's a rough game for GP. He played 2 more minutes than he's supposed to, too. Not sure what's up with that. Let's go ahead and look at what's happened around the league. I doubt there's been any trades. We had some call-ups, no trades, no signings. We have Michael Olowokandi out for a while for the Pistons. He's averaging 8 and 6. Looks like he was their backup center. Lorenzen Wright has a spinal injury. I thought he already did, but it looks like he's played this year, so maybe not. Baron Davis is out for a while. Award-wise, the Pacers did get one, Kobe. LeBron's had a few for the West. Al Harrington's kind of random, but he's been scoring a lot, as we saw, and rebounding. Hito Turkoglu, who is like the only scorer on the Magic's team, I believe, has 2 Players of the Week. He also is a Player of the Month. Jason Kidd, LeBron Duncan, rookies, Gerald Green and his 20 points per game, Darren Williams, Bynum, and Bogut. Let's see who's willing to re-sign. I think we saw GP already. Nash will too, but he still has another year left. Oh, he wants 3 years. Oh, that was why I was not doing Peyton yet, because he wants... Oh, I hate when it's grayed out so you can't change it. And I think once it's grayed, there's no getting it back. My problem is he's 37. And that's a lot of money to be paying him till he's 39. I don't know how quickly he's going to go down. He's still 88 overall, like a top 5 overall in the league, I think. And pretty close. Oh my gosh, Dwayne Wade's the best player on the team now. When did that happen? Oh boy. Oh boy. Who else is going to be a free agent? So yeah, we're looking to trade. Everybody else is locked up with options at least, other than McKee, which we don't care about. He's just there to give his badges to some of the younger guys. And Nash wanted 3 years, and we drafted Chris Paul, which makes me think Steve Nash is probably gone. But if I don't re-sign one of these two, the issue is I won't be able to make offers to them if I'm at the hard cap, which is why I couldn't sign Dirk Nowitzki last offseason. So if I extend them here, it's a way around it. The best idea, I think, would be with Peyton, because it's only 2 years, and I think he'll still be better than Nash next year. He's not going to go down 4, and I think Nash is not going up ever, so we'll wait on that. I do want to go ahead and just see what Yao gets me now. Probably every month I'll do a check. I try to get people that have more than 1 year left or have options, like Artest does not. Picks, I mean, we've got plenty of those, but we can always use more. Humphreys and Peterson, Harpering in a first. Jay Williams has been actually pretty good. Jazz trading their only 2 good players. Yao Ming would probably average about 30 points for that team. Peja is somebody that's eluded the Pacers so far. He was one of the best scorers last year. Not scoring quite as much this year. I'm not sure how he would play. Power forward is where the depth is needed. Because we trade Yao, Dwight's the backup center, and then if I don't get a power forward, Josh Smith is the backup power forward, which isn't terrible, but we're also trading an 87 overall player and should be able to get somebody. That's Stephon Marbury, but it's also trading Nash, which also wouldn't be a terrible idea. That's an interesting thought, is bringing Kevin Garnett back after 5 years away from the team. I wouldn't mind that. It'd be hard to start Chris Bosh over him, but Bosh is a few overall better than him. That looks pretty fun. Ben Wallace was on the team. He left pretty much around the same time as Garnett. David West could be a good backup power forward. Oh my. He is having a breakout year for the Heat. There's Hito. What's he averaging now? 27 and 10. Bynum and Maggette, those are the only two good players on that team, I think. Manu we've already had. That's pretty awful. Let's just do a quick look to see what happens. There are fewer offers. Michael Redd. Now they're giving me Odom. That's the same. Don't want Livingston. Caron Butler, somebody we looked at before, but I think that's when we ended up getting Grant Hill. That's not good. Although I don't think the Spurs are very good. Crawford and Kaman. There's Garnett and Miller again. So Miller does not. So he'd be pretty much, he'd have to become a free agent unless he's willing to re-sign with me. But I also don't need another point guard because this would help Chris Paul play more. Garnett has another year after this at a decent amount. He's also averaging 21 points now that Tim Duncan's off the team. I didn't even realize that. Bibby and Walker. Wouldn't that be fun if I put Yao and Nash with LeBron? Pretty much guarantee that we'll face off in the finals. Francis and Wallace. Francis only has a year too. Hito again. Some of these are the same that popped up before. That is nonsense. Darko and Webster? What is that? He's shooting 38%. Alright. I don't know if it would help if I put Yao on the trade block if teams knew I was getting rid of him, or if that's going to maybe hurt the morale of my team. Alright. Let's take a look here. The Detroit Pistons are 16 and 3. They have a fake guy starting at shooting guard, but otherwise their starting lineup's amazing. Is their shooting guard hurt? No. Why wouldn't they start CJ Miles? He is a shooting guard. Vujicic is too. Why are you not starting real people, guys? You also got Watson and Tinsley. They can't play shooting guard, it looks like, but Kidd could. Ricky Cousins is starting, playing 27 minutes a game. What are they doing? Okay, anyway. The Hawks are not that good, but they're leading their division, evidently. The Wizards are really bad now that McGrady left them. In the West, the Grizz are at the top. That's not surprising looking at that team. They're starting Rose over Marvin Williams, it looks like. Marvin they just drafted with the 3rd pick. Doing pretty well. They signed Stoudemire, which kicked Mo Williams out of the starting lineup. I was going to say he probably shouldn't be very happy about that. The Suns are 14 and 5. They've not been good for a while, but this guy's a difference maker. He's averaging a career high 23 point. Oh, just kidding. He averaged 25 in his second year. Marko Jaric is starting at point guard because they don't have anybody else. Barbosa. And worst team in the West, no surprise there, the Utah Jazz. They're starting Gugliotta, Gooden, and Bogut. Not a good-looking team. Alright, let's go see how these guys are doing, see if I want to change any minutes. Steve Nash is looking amazing. He's still happy. He wants to re-sign. He's been very consistent. We're playing him about the same as last year. Gary Payton still shooting great. Playing a little more We have him at 29, but he's playing a little extra, it looks like. Kobe, his career high is 23.7. If we can get him at 25, that'd be awesome. He's also getting a lot more rebounds. I guess Bosch maybe isn't as good a rebounder as Dirk. He's playing 3 more minutes than he has. I don't know why he's averaging 1 more than what I have him at, but as long as he doesn't get hurt, that's fine. Chris Bosch, good stuff. Has he not even shot a 3? He sure hasn't. What's his tendency? I don't know when he started shooting 3s in real life. His tendency's not 0, so you'd think he would shoot it. I don't know how good he is. He's 77 at them, so might as well jack him up every now and then there, Bosch. Pretty impressed with him. Shaq, scoring more than he has because he's shooting better. Not playing quite as much, but hopefully he's fine with that. Looks like he is. And hopefully he's not super tired, which he's not. D. Wade, once we get the 6-man voting, I sure hope we see him in there. He's 100% happy about this setup, so I'm not going to change it unless we start losing. Dwight Howard's still fine with his 20 minutes a game per 36, 13, and not quite 10 rebounds, but getting steals and blocks. Yeah, should probably be more mad than he is. So I don't think I'm changing anything. Chris Paul hasn't been amazing. If anything, we take a minute away from him, but I don't know where I would do that. Because I guess I could give it to Nash because he's been amazing as well. He'd come back in maybe here. I don't want Peyton to play longer stretches because it seems like we're pretty much maxing him out at 37 years old. So maybe we give Nash this one. Seems like he's deserving. It's either that or Dwayne Wade can get another minute because he's amazing. Let's do that. Okay, let's do Peyton, Wade, and then Paul, and then we'll give Nash this one. So we just move that back a little bit. And we can give Bosch his minute back that we took away right there. Beautiful. Kobe, I need to check. Kobe's not tired, right? He's fine. Did we just have a day off, though? Yes. We're about to have another. Hopefully we're about to whoop on the Bobcats. We did training up until somewhere. I remember doing this one. Okay. Bulls and Wizards shouldn't be that hard. What's after that Pistons game? 4 days off? Wow. Well, let's do like a conditioning there then. Alright. Pistons are really good and we play them 3 times in the next 3 weeks. We also play some really bad teams, it looks like. So hopefully we get lots of green W's to pop up. There's a big win. We get our first scouting. This is, again, the last draft class that I have done myself. I was actually looking to see what I'm going to do starting in 07. And honestly, I'm not too pleased with what's out there because I do not like the guys who go and take models of other players to like copy and make them into other guys. I checked somebody like for Spencer Hawes, somebody used TJ McConnell. Like, I don't want TJ McConnell's face for Spencer Hawes. And then other people haven't done, like, they just left some of the fake guys, like, really good overall. So I would have to do a bunch of edits anyway. So I'm thinking I will just do the 07 class, like the default one. Take all of the bad people, or all the fake people down, like I usually do. And then for any, like, really good players that are missing, I will go copy them from somebody who's made them, like made them legitimately. But I'm not going to do anything with attributes or tendencies like I've done with all of these. Try to make them realistic. Which will be interesting. But, oh, we lost to the Pistons and Dwayne Wade is hurt. So loss number 2 takes place. Wade, so Kobe could play more shooting guard, so it could be a shooting guard or a small forward. Aaron McKee. Let's just do Smith for now, and then we'll see. I think it's going to have to be Aaron McKee probably, but because we need somebody else to play shooting guard. It can be Peyton here. That's Paul. It could be Kobe, Hill. Yeah, I think it's going to be Aaron McKee, because I don't want to switch Kobe's minutes. Chris Paul's going to get some new minutes, though, which is kind of exciting, I guess. And now Nash gets to finish the game, which is also exciting. Probably not play that much in the fourth. 28 seems doable. 20 for Paul. We can do Kobe more at shooting guard here. And here. And probably don't need Aaron McKee in the fourth quarter much, if at all. Which would mean something needs to change here. Or Aaron McKee just plays. I don't want him to be the last guy in, though. Maybe it'll be fine. We could do that, I guess. All right. No Wade lineup is happening. Hopefully this doesn't ruin his sixth man running. Thought we were going to play Josh Smith. Turns out that's not happening. Aaron McKee gets some PT. He did pretty well for the Sixers last year, shooting-wise. Played in almost every game, got some starts. And he's still 77 overall, so should be able to play. What was he at, 13? Oh, yeah. Coming off a loss, hopefully we can get revenge on the Pistons here. We sure did. So 32 over the Bobcats. Stromile Swift leads the team, averaging the same amount of points, a little more rebounds. They got both Josh and Juwan Howard. Darren Williams in his first year, he was the second pick behind Chris Paul. Jamal McGlure, his first year as a Bobcat, shooting a lot better. Kobe's going to get some more shots, I would think, with Wade hurt, but this was actually a game Wade played. gets 6 turnovers. Nash double-double. Then we beat the Magic by 42. They're not looking good. They've got Turkoglu and Boris Diaw and not much else. Turkoglu's still over 27. Diaw's shooting 50%. I don't know who else is scoring for them. Jeff McInnes, 11. They got some fake guys playing. Troy Hudson, Howard Isley. Is that Dante? Dante Jones getting 9 points. He's shooting terribly for his career. Kobe with back-to-back 30s. Chris Paul, 4 steals in 13 minutes. Pretty impressive. And then we lost. Pistons are 19-4. There's Shaq with 19. I don't know why I said 19. That's 26. 7 turnovers for Steve Nash. Yao fouled out in 16 minutes. That's cool. Kobe also fouled out, which helped Smith, McKee, and Allen play. This was also the game Wade got hurt, so minutes are all screwed up here. Stoudemire got 26 on me. He's averaging 27 and 9. Huge leap for Amare. Kukoc got 25. Sharif's averaging a little less. Stoudemire's taking all the buckets. Kidd fouled out in 19 minutes. They just beat us pretty much without Jason Kidd, who's averaging, looks like, career high in assists. Points have dropped a little bit. Shooting amazingly. And then so that was home again. Both our losses are home. We have a perfect record on the road. It's weird. So then we go to Detroit and beat them by 29. Amare got 39 and 4 blocks. Kidd had a much better game because he played the whole time. Abdur-Rahim was awful. They also only have a 9-man rotation. It's interesting. They're still starting this fake guy. Does he have, did I miss taking his potential away? No, C+. Can you please start Vujicic or Miles? Miles, you drafted 17th. This guy you drafted 29th. Why are you not starting CJ Miles? Kobe with 20. Shaq 18 and 14. We had almost everybody with 10 points. Everybody that scored had 10 points. Aaron McKee's first game, he doesn't score but gets 8 assists in 14 minutes. Bosch fouled out. That's pretty random. Alright, and then let's get through the middle of December here with some away games. Dwayne Wade is back. That seems really quick. I'm going to let him miss this first part of the back-to-back. The Rockets are not that good. And we lost. Cool. Glad I could manage that. We will let Wade have a little bit of time away. What's happening? I loaded the wrong one, evidently. Yes, okay. I say that does not look right. Let's give him more of a break here. And that's probably fine. And let's give Shaq that rest here for another few games. All right. Come back and beat the Sixers, annihilate the Wolves and the Bobcats. So lost by 3 to the 500 Rockets. Carmelo Anthony gets 44 points. He averaged almost 30 last year. He's averaging 27 and 9, shooting 53, much better at threes because he's now 81 at them. He's playing a whole lot of minutes. Caron Butler, I'm guessing, is their 6th man. Mostly. I guess he could start at shooting guard, or Melo could start at power forward. I don't know what they're doing. Kobe got 42 in a loss. That's cool. Shaq had one of his better games of the season. Nash with probably his best game of the season. This is all in a 3-point loss because we couldn't defend them in the third quarter, it looks like. Bosch was not great. So then we get Dwayne Wade back in the lineup, and we beat the 500 Sixers by 8. There's Iverson. Not averaging as much, but at least he's playing. He's also not playing as much. Tony Parker, still averaging 20 points a game. Shooting great. Emeka in his second year. Pretty good stuff. Kobe at the top again. Wade's comeback game is 19 points. Kobe made 5 threes. Chris Paul was 0 for 5. This is going to be fun, I would think. The Wolves are 4 and 20. Corey Maggette had 17. He's averaging 27. He's like trying to have a Hall of Fame career by being the only scorer on a terrible team. They got fake guys in the rotation. I think this is the team that only had 5 real people somehow. Maggette, that's not even James Posey. Bynum, Snow. I was pretty sure they had 5. Looks like maybe they must have people hurt. I think like Casey Jacobson was on this team. What's Bynum doing? Yeah, he's good stuff. 4th pick, getting a double-double. Dwayne Wade, 28. Kobe, another double-double. Fouled out again, though. He's gotten quite a few double-doubles, I feel like. 3. 4 is his career high, so he's definitely going to do that, I would think. Still averaging 25 a game. 7 assists for Hill. And then 26 over the Bobcats. Kobe leads the way again. D-Wade, GP. Shaq only 3 boards. Jamal McGlure leads the way with 20. Alright, I don't have a game on Christmas. Let's go ahead and give Christmas off. We can do some conditioning Christmas Eve morning, and then come back the day after and do some strength. Let's do team system. Perfect. Bobcats. Let's not do strength. Oh, sure. Body work. And low. Okay. Alright, let's get to Christmas here. Emeka Okafor and Trevor Ariza for Bosch and Corver, no thanks. Beat the Bulls by 30. To keep scouting people, I'm just going to go down the list at this point, as long as they're real people. Except I want Kyle Lowry there. Chris Humphries and Mo Pete. So that was one that I think popped up before, so no thanks. We did beat the Pistons again, so hopefully that was more of a fluke that they beat us earlier. But beating Dirk by 30 is good stuff. His averages settled down a little bit, but 25 and 6 is still good to see. Iggy and Dang still doing good stuff. You'd think Dirk would be getting more than 6 rebounds because there's not really much else from a rebounding standpoint on this team. They must just really suck at rebounds. Kobe Bryant had 39 points, 5 threes. Peyton double-double. Bosch, Shaq, Nash with 14 assists. Yeah, was 1 for 9. That's not good. Beat the Wizards by 27. They're still really struggling. Ricky Davis, 14. No real key scorer on this team anymore. Shaq leads the way with 27. Missed 3 shots, but 7 free throws. It's fun when all 3 of those guys get 20. Yao Ming bounces back, has a great game. Nash just misses off on a double-double again. 11 over the Pistons, who are now 22-6. So still a great team. Kobe with another 30-point game. So without Dirk, Kobe is shooting a lot more, which is fun to see. Kukoc leads the way this time. Stoudemire fouled out. It's helpful. I'm going to go ahead and give Dwayne Wade his minutes back. I guess I'll just load my normal lineup. Go with that. All right, let's give New Year's Day off too. I had conditioning on New Year's Day. That's kind of funny. Let's do something like that. Beat the Bobcats, beat the Clippers. Dwayne Wade is hurt again. I'm going to go ahead and leave him in to see. There we go. Didn't want to waste the time doing it if he was just going to be back before we played again. It worked out. 26 over the Bobcats. Kobe is on a tear here in the last week or so. Payton doesn't have many high-scoring games, but he's getting a lot of assists still. Devin Harris, who I don't even remember seeing before, averaging 14. And then we beat the Clippers by 40. They're not good either. Kobe got 10 assists, so now he's tied his record for double-doubles. He's averaging 26 points now. He's shooting ridiculous from 3. And these last few games, he scored over 20 for a long time. He had 18 in that one, but he got a 42 in there, a 39, a 34, a 37. Kobe Bryant's having the best stretch of his career, I would say, and he's still happy, or rested. I guess we did just have a day off. It's New Year's. Shaq with a big game as well, 5 blocks. Matt Harpring got 21 points. They still have Anton, who fouled out. Raja Bell fouled out as well. Let's go see what happened in December. Still no signs or trades or firings. Keith Van Horn lost his kneecap. Key reserve, I think he's back up for the Warriors. Yeah. First look at the award races. LeBron probably going to get his back-to-back MVP. Kobe is just having a heck of a year, though. Jason Kidd's somehow in front of him. Duncan and Amare. So if the Pistons had a worse record, maybe Kobe passes Kidd. Rookie of the Year looks like Bogut and Bynum getting their double-doubles, but Darren's close too, so pretty good race. Gerald Green's not at 20 points anymore, at least. Sixth man is indeed Dwayne Wade. 18, 3, and 5, shooting even better than he did last year. He's not shooting many threes, I don't think. 6 for 12, but has not started a game and is super happy about it, which is beautiful. But he's almost averaging a double-double off the bench. Not sure what's up with that. Defensive player Shane Battier is at the top. Jason Kidd, I think, has won the last 2 of these. LeBron James is in here. Karolinko and Shaq still managing to get in there. He's averaging 19, almost 10. His blocks are back up to what they were before the last couple of years. Back up over 60%. His free throws are the best of his career so far. Not playing as much, so maybe because he's not as tired, He's still very happy. Good stuff. Double doubles I wanted to look at. Half the games are double doubles, which is what he did last year and the year before. Most improved, Tony Parker, no surprise there. Zach Randolph in there. There was somebody else. I would think Dirk would be in here actually, but he's not. No Pacers. Dirk did get a Player of the Week. Pau Gasol over for the Mavericks. Haven't seen him yet this year. Player of the Month, Stoudemire and LeBron. Rookies, Felton and Bogut. We probably still can re-sign people, but only for what they want. Should probably pay attention if the price is going up or down. I feel like this is higher, but I don't want you for 3 years, so 2 years for Payton is probably what we're going to end up doing, but I'll just wait till the end to do it. I do want to see if any teams are selling yet. I don't know when that changes. There are rebuilding teams, but I don't know if it's closer to the deadline that teams are selling. I guess I could look into rebuilding to see if they have any players. Like the Sonics are rebuilding, so Kevin Garnett would be a target. If I'm looking for a power forward, that makes sense. McGrady's team is rebuilding. Of course, the Magic are. Of course, they are. Raptors are rebuilding. They don't look like they should be that bad. They're 20-10. How are they rebuilding? I was just looking at the roster and seeing like it's a pretty good lineup overall wise. Well, why they're rebuilding? That kind of makes sense. Bucks are not very good. Wizards are awful. Bulls are pretty bad. They just got a center and a point guard. Cavs are really bad. Celtics look like they should be buying. Clippers are bad. Hawks aren't too bad. Jazz are 3-29. Look at this team. Just pitiful. Peja, if I needed a small forward, but I don't. So, Kevin Garnett would be the way to go. I'll just do a quick look to see if these are any different. They look exactly the same. Well, I think there were only 20 offers last time, and now there are 23. So maybe it's a little different, but I guess it could be because people aren't hurt or are hurt. Camby and Nelson. It's interesting. Big Dog definitely was not on here before. He's probably the best player that's never been a Pacer, overall wise. He's been one of the best small forwards pretty much since he entered the league. There's Garnett and Miller again. Now they want Hill instead of Nash. I kind of want to just go click Garnett and see what the options are. Let's do that. I don't know that I'll do it right now, but I'm curious. Shaq, no thanks. Shaq, no thanks. Yao and Hill. Bosch and Hill. Smith and Payton. Well, that wasn't what I was looking for. Okie doke. Standings real quick, or actually mock draft. So we do have the Jazz pick. We do not have the Wizards or Spurs. The Wolves have been terrible too. So we've got more than half of the lottery for sure so far. And a pretty good draft class coming up. And quick look here. We're 4 games up on the Pistons. The Nets are right behind them as well. And the Grizz are a half game up on the Warriors. Some really bad teams in the league, which means there are going to be some teams with really good records, you would think. Alright, where was my last practice? I think I did those. Yeah, I didn't do study film though. I don't know how good the Mavericks are. I don't remember seeing them That is Pau Gasol's team. Sure. Let's do light. What's between the Magic and Heat? Nothing. Or after the Heat, I mean. Alright. Well, the deadline will be coming up here soon. I think it's probably here or here, somewhere in this range. So we get through the next week, I would imagine. It'd be fine. Do some more scouting here. We just lost to Dirk and the Bulls. So we've lost to the Nets, Pistons, Rockets, and Bulls. But first we beat the Raptors by 28, who are really good. They're the team that's randomly rebuilding, even though they have a good record. Kobe and Shaq were awesome. Nash made 3 threes. Nene leads the team in scoring. Why are we losing to the Bulls? Because Dirk Nowitzki had 7 turnovers. We forced 21 turnovers and lost the game. It looks like it was pretty close throughout the game. D-Wade leads the team. Kobe was not great. Shaq didn't get in double figures, didn't shoot well. Not a good look. Dwight Howard had one. I had 2 guys with 1 point who went 0 for 7. And then we beat Pau's Mavericks, who are really good. Pau only had 10 and 11, but he's averaging 19 and 10. They also have Jalen Rose, 13 and 5. Vin Baker at age 34, doing pretty well. They still have Van Exel. Or no, they just got Van Exel. He started out as a pacer. Shaq, Wade, and Kobe, over 20. Shaq had 5 blocks again. Alright. I think I'm going to take a minute away from Shaq, like I did before. And I'm going to do this thing that I did before. I don't think I ever lost a game because I barely got to do this. I think I did like 2 games like this before Dwayne Wade got hurt. So, how's Chris Paul doing now? His percentage went up a little bit. His threes are still bad, but he's only 71 at them, so it's not surprising. And he's still very happy, so good. Well, we play the awful Jazz. Whooped on them. Wallace and Diop for Nash and Korver. No thanks. Grant Hill is hurt. So that's probably going to be Josh Smith coming in the ball game, which is fine. Because he's probably about to play once we trade Yao Ming anyway. Well, maybe not, because if we can get Kevin Garnett, then that is not going to be the case. We had Yao, Wade, Peyton, Paul, Nash. Okay, and then we need Josh Smith to play small forward. Is there anywhere I want to change? No, Kobe's not going to play anymore. So Smith at small forward. Perfect. So this is no G Hill. Although it's not much different than my normal lineup, I guess, but whatever. Nuggets are usually pretty good, but we just walloped on them. Chris Bosh has a sprained knee. This would be the perfect time, probably, to trade for one Kevin Garnett. I think that's probably what we're going to try to do. Um, especially since Grant Hill's hurt, who I had starting last time Bosch was hurt. Because otherwise David Lee has to play. So before I even do this lineup, I think it's time to go play with the trade. Hill is day to day, Bosch is 1 to 2 weeks. I'm guessing the deadline is... It has to be like the 19th then? It's never beyond the All-Star break. Okay. Trade Finder. Wait, is anybody selling yet? Is that a thing? That's not what I wanted. Oh my gosh, I have this top 4 picks now. Team Intel. Anybody selling? Anybody selling? Maybe that's why there aren't any trades, because nobody sells. Sonics are still rebuilding, so let's try this one more time. I don't necessarily want to trade Nash, but it kind of makes sense. If I have Peyton still for another couple years, if I re-sign him and Chris Paul has backup, then it makes sense. But I've also only lost 4 games, so it's hard to blow up or to trade away a starter. Rashard Lewis was definitely not on here before. He could be a stopgap power forward as well. There's that trade. So now that Hill is not available, it's back to Nash. Wallace, I don't really like him next to Shaq that much. Parker back to the team that came from? No, probably not. McDyess could be a good power forward, but 3 years is a lot. Odom, Gooden. Pedro would kind of make sense right now. Smith starts at power forward. Hill's hurt, so Pedro would play. But that's it. Marbury doesn't make any sense right now. There's Garnett and Miller again. That's their 2 best players, I think. Not what I need. Okay, the other option is to see who down here I would want to trade. Corver I feel like has no potential left. It's a B-. Does Kevin Garnett still pop up if I have Kyle Corver on there? There's McDyess again. And a first from the not good Wizards. Jameson, probably too much of a scorer. Kmart wouldn't be terrible. He would not shoot as much on my team. David West again. So the Sonics don't even pop up on this one. Interesting. I wonder if I give Yao, Corver, and a first for Garnett. If I trade my first, I'll trade 2 of them. Or I just give them good teams picks. Alright, let's go click. Is there anybody on here that I would want? So if I keep Nash, then we're definitely good there. We just need to get a backup power forward. If I get rid of Corver, then it's, we need another wing, or a third center, actually. I guess Bosch could kind of play the role of third center once he's back. So actually somebody like Sean Kemp would be interesting. Yao, Allen, and Corver. So that's pretty close to what I'd want it. Oh, wow. Josh Smith. That's pretty close to what I'd want to do if I can take Allen and Hayes off. I think I do have a trade exception that I can use. Brings John Kemp. He is retiring, but he has 9 badges, so he can mentor somebody. He's somebody who started with the Pacers, played his first 8.5 years. He could finish with the team. That could make sense. There's Shaq again. Stop with that. They can trade this first. Let's just see what we got going here. It has to be Yao Ming. I know that much. We're not going to trade. Okay, so that is not a trade. Yao and Garnett are the same stars, according to this, even though Yao is 5 better than him. They will have to match any offer for him, but they have his rights. KG has 1 more year, which is nice. I do wonder if this is a trade. It could be. But this means I'm getting 2 big guys. So Kemp goes there as third center. Garnett comes in. I guess Smith pretty much plays the role of small forward. I guess that's fine. Yeah, I think this is fine. Because they don't have somebody else I want. Salmons wouldn't be terrible if he were healthy. Delonte West is there as well. Finley. Finley would be interesting. But then I'd have to trade somebody else or not get Kemp. Kind of anxious to see what Corver can do on a different team. I'm going to try it. We're not interested. What about, do I have second round picks? I do have this. We're not interested. We're not interested. I feel like you'd be interested. I'm just saying. I'm surprised I don't need to use a trade exception. Because I'm taking back more salary and I should be over the... Oh, it says I have $3 million in hard cap room. Interesting. So that's where you can see hard cap. I have to remember that. I always look for where you can see that. It's right here. So it must happen after the season starts. Do I still have my pick? I do not. But I do have the Pistons, who are really good. It also says it's a 1.5 stars, so that's all it took. So that were they the best team in the league? Grizzlies or Warriors would have been better to trade. Do I have those picks? I mean, it doesn't matter at this point. I do have the Grizzlies. I don't have the Warriors. Or I do have the Warriors. Okay, whatever. The Pistons are good. Got rid of that. Kevin Garnett is back on the team. Gotta change his number. Got rid of Corver. Garnett's going back to 21. Kemp is 40. He's still a center. Garnett, at this point in his career, is probably a power forward center. What's he better at? He's actually the best at center, so there we go. Smith doesn't make a difference. That didn't change anybody's numbers, right? I didn't have a 21 or a 40, I don't think. Doesn't look like it. All right. Well, now we can do the lineup. Because, wait, where are we? Oh, man. Where are we at here? We've got a day, so we'll go this game before Garnett plays. I don't know that we'd do a trade. Did the Sonics already play? I'm curious how that works. The Sonics did not play. So does that mean, like, Yao Ming's about to play 2 games on one day? I kind of want to look at that. I should have simulated the day first. Oops. Alright, so we'll let Garnett miss the first game and then he can come back in. Do that. We had a no CB lineup, but that was with Grant Hill, so that needs to be Josh Smith. David Lee probably is playing. No, he doesn't need to. We need a small forward. Aaron McKee gonna play some small forward, I think. Do that. Alright, that's 26 for Smith. That seems doable. 22 for Dwight. McKee at 13. Oh, just kidding. David Lee needs to play. Dwight Howard's my center. David Lee's going to play probably not that much. Let's do 20, I guess. We will save this as no CBGH, I guess. Grant might be back by the next game, so might not matter. And actually we want, let's not let Kim play either. Try to make it realistic where they wouldn't play. Alright, I'm going to sim this day and see if Yao Ming just played 2 games. Because he played in this one for me, 15 points in 23 minutes. He sure did. He just played 2 games in one day. Isn't that amazing? He got 17 and 11 and 4 blocks. He flew to LA from Indiana and somehow made it in time for a game. That's my bad, though. I should have simmed the day first. Ben Gordon and Adonal Foyle for Nash and McKee. No thanks. Grant Hill is back. We're going to leave it for just this game. And we beat the Wizards by 30. And I don't know, did I look at all these games? The injury happened there. I don't remember looking at them. Drew Gooden, no, I don't remember seeing that. 29 points. Dwight Howard, 8 boards. Beat the Magic by 24. Steve Nash led the team, well, tied with Yao and Shaq. Yao had a 20-point game before he got traded. Turk Glue gets 34. 29 over the Celtics, who are pretty good. Samaki Walker got 18 points. Kobe, 33. 13 assists for GP down at the bottom. And then we did look at this one because I saw Yao's game. Corver did get to play a minute. So did he play in that Sonics game? It looks like he did. Cool. Kyle Korver's in the rotation. So does it show? Yeah. 2 games on January 15th. Look at that. He got 18 boards. Well, I gave them a center to replace the absence of Tim Duncan. So you're welcome. But I did take Kevin Garnett, so don't know how you feel about that. Beat the Wizards by 30. Kobe, Wade, and Shaq leading the way. This is Josh Smith's start. Pretty good game. Look at that. 8 for 11. Couple steals. Didn't get a block, though. David Lee in his first real action. Not so great. Dwight Howard shifts over to center. Good game. Aaron McKee in the rotation. He's about not to be, though. Anthony Parker got 25 on me. We're going to play the Magic, who are not good. The Heat, who are okay. And then tough matchup against the Blazers. And then wrap it up with the Kings. So Bosch is now 1 to 2 weeks. He's probably going to miss the rest of the before the All-Star break. We're not going to start Garnett quite yet. Kemp, yeah, probably over David Lee. And Hill is here. All right, let's see. Let's just go with the normal lineup. And then we're going to put Garnett at power forward, Howard at center, and go from there. We had Dwayne Wade here, Peyton, Paul, Nash, Smith at 28, Garnett at 20. For the first game, probably okay. Howard can take one of Shaq's there. And that's probably what we're going to do. So let's save that as a new no CB. Boom. Let's at least get through. Well, I need to do training probably. We did it up to here, I remember. So then strength, sure. Let's do a strength low though. Medium's a lot. Probably don't need to do conditioning. Alright, and then this is all-star stuff, so let's just do some bonding. And then before the Grizzlies is do a little conditioning there. And the Sonics and then the Warriors. Alright, we're about to hit the deadline. Maybe it's on this day then. We gotta finish scouting. The real people will not take very long because we have so many scouting options. We're already to the fake people, it looks like. Dunleavy and a first for Steve Nash. No thanks. Would you like to stop? Let's go ahead and take a look. I'm still curious if anybody's ever going to be selling. Looks like the answer is no. And so Kemp is retiring. McKee, don't care. Peyton, we're going to re-sign. So really nobody we need to trade. Yeah, that's definitely going up. I don't know about Peyton's. Seems to be about the same. 10.5 is what we could probably get away with. we got the right guys still over there. We're 6 games up on the Pistons. The Bobcats are leading their division. They wouldn't even be in the playoffs otherwise, it doesn't look like, but the division is so bad. And I just beat 2 of the teams in that division. Now Chris Bosh is back. We probably need to keep Kemp up there. Smith goes back to not playing. And then we gotta do that stuff again. Wade, Howard. We can let Garnett play a little more since Bosh is just coming back. Let's do there and there. And I kind of want to give Peyton a little bit of a rest too. So let's give Nash another one. Although we're about to play the Blazers, we might need full firepower there, but oh well. 30-point win over the Wizards. Oh, we already looked at that. It was the 54-point win over the Magic we didn't look at. Kobe and Wade go off. This was Garnett's first game back as a Pacer, only 4 points. Nash got a double-double. Hill's game back was pretty good for what we expect. Peyton double-double. Josh Smith almost had one. So how did he end up doing? He got to play in, so far, 8 games, including 3 starts. So he's almost played as many minutes as he did last season in 18 games. Or 17, what did it say? 17. But per 36, 12 and 7, lots of steals, pretty good blocks, shooting pretty good. Hito still averaging crazy points. Beat the Heat by 11. T-Mac with 32. He is averaging 30 points per game. That is pretty cool to see. Been waiting for him to break out. He was stuck on the Wizards with Ray Allen, which was holding him back for a while. Gerald Wallace scoring has dropped because of T-Mac's presence and the fact that David West is scoring a little more. Kobe 19. This was, no, Bosh was not back yet. So Garnett, 5 blocks, 10.6 boards, 5 blocks. Like to see that. I guess technically Howard's playing less now that he's back up center. I probably need to figure something different out about that. Maybe he should have gotten the minutes from Bosh. We'll figure it out after this Blazers game. So Bosh just came back and he's not going to play all the way in this one. Let's do 1 game. We still won, and Grant Hill's hurt again. At least that means Josh Smith gets to play again. Grant Hill cannot stay healthy. We need to resave this lineup once everybody's back. Let's actually give Shaq another bit of a rest here. And then Wade. Getting annoyed doing this every time, but whoops. That's okay. Alright, and then I wanted to give GP. Let's give him 2 minutes off. Since we just beat the Blazers, and I don't think the Kings are very good. So let's go with that. And go ahead. Steve Nash is now hurt. But will he be hurt by the time? It looks like he still will be. So that means Dwayne Wade needs to play. and by play I mean start. Because otherwise, I don't know what I'd be doing. Josh Smith, I guess, would start at small forward, but... Or I just sub in Chris Paul. That would be easier. And that would keep Dwayne Wade going for 6th man of the year. Oh. Let's take a look. Because if I start Wade, that means I need somebody else to be... Well, I like the idea of starting Paul more. Alrighty. It does mean McKee's probably playing. Or Josh Smith, not sure yet. Alright, these minutes... Uh-oh, that's the problem with starting Paul. It means he would have to go out earlier and then come back in. He's going to be playing a lot of minutes, but GP could play all of these. And then this can be, actually be Smith, and then Kobe. Let's just see what this looks like. I feel like you'd have to play there again. Wade, oh, that's a lot of minutes. It's also a lot of minutes for Peyton. We gotta switch these. So now did we just turn 9-man somehow? I guess we did. We don't have to be, I don't think. McKee can play a little bit, and he can probably play here too. Let's try that. There's probably a no SN lineup already, yep. So McKee gets a few minutes. Smith at 13. D. Wade got a few more. And Chris Paul gets to play 30 minutes, which is more than what Steve Nash was playing. So we might just try that for a little while and see, but let's take a look at this 12-point win over the Blazers, who are not as good as they should be, but I think they'll still make an impact in the playoffs. Paul did not even shoot in this game. Garnett 10-7, 4-2, no blocks. D-Wade only missed 2 shots with his 35 points. Is that a career high? It's one off. He had 36 earlier in the year. I think it was earlier. I don't think it's in this next game. LeBron's almost averaging 29 points. Beat the Kings by 25. Wade had 29. Garnett was second on the team. He is super happy. Playing for a winner is not important to him. Interesting. He's definitely not going to average 19 and 10 anymore. Oh my gosh, he was playing so many minutes for them. Wow. Well, we ruined what was going to be the best year of KG's career, but oh well. Bringing him back gives it a chance of getting the number 21 retired, I would think, because that's 6 seasons of pretty good stats. And then if he gets another season and a half, there's a chance. Troy Murphy got 20 points on me. This team has no scoring other than Peja, who fouled out and did nothing. Alright, let's go see who won some All-Star appearances. We did have a trade. So after the Sonics got rid of KG and Kemp. They also did trade Andre Miller to get Desmond Mason, who has been on the Sonics in real life, and I thought maybe he started with them on here, but maybe I'm wrong. So I don't know who. Andre Miller actually was Baron Davis's backup, so that does make some sense. And they got a first-round pick out of the deal. The Jazz got a new coach, and so did the T-Wolves. They have awful records. Jeff McInnes tore his ACL, so one of the real people for the Magic is gone. I don't mind fake people getting out for season. Kobe's now second, so he did pass Kidd, but passing LeBron seems very doubtful. Rookie of the Year, Raymond Felton is hurt. Darren Williams did pass Bogut. D. Wade still leading the way as sixth man. Hopefully that stays. Defensive player Shaq goes from fifth to third, and Duncan is now first. Most improved, Tony Parker. Kentel Woods, 10.6 rebounds. Interesting. Seems like Al Jefferson should be higher. Season award so far in January. No Pacers. LeBron got it a couple more times. And our All-Stars for the East. Kobe is starting. Shaq is not. Shaq is a backup. And Gary Payton made it. That's actually really surprising because he's averaging 9 points and 9 assists. But he's on a really good team. He's one of the best players in the league. So, how many All-Star appearances is that for him? 12 out of his 16 years. He did not make it last year, but was in a streak of 4 years before that. Shaq has been an All-Star all but his rookie season. And Kobe missed out on a few because of injuries, unfortunately, so he's not even been an All-Star half of his career. T-Mac, that might be his... Oh, no, it's his fourth. I guess he has averaged 20. It's just he's averaging a lot more now. For the West, LeBron, Melo. I get a Pacer on the West team. That's fun. We get KG, only his fourth All-Star team, 3 in a row now. He made it in 2001. That was with the Pacers, his last year with the Pacers, so that's pretty funny. But Pau Gasol gets it for the first time as well. Dunk contest, LeBron's in it again. Stoudemire, I think, was in it before as well. Gerald Green, Fred Jones, pretty cool lineup. Three-pointers, Kobe's in it for the first time, I think. Peja, T-Mac, Manu, and Eddie Jones. Rookies, looks like Felton's not going to be playing. Any fake guys we need to sub out? No. Well, unless they sub in fake guys for the hurt guys. Dwight Howard, Josh Smith, Chris Paul, all on the same team. That's fun. I'm surprised Josh Smith is in here. He has played, 17 games? Oh no, that was last year. He's played in 9 games and he's making it in the Rising Stars game. That's weird. Chris Paul is doing pretty well. He's the #1 pick, so of course he's going to be in it. Dwight Howard shooting 63%. Good stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and see what happens here. That was a blowout. 29-point win for this team. Channing Frye leads the way. So the Pacers team loses. We did have Dwight with 10 and 9. Paul got a double-double, 10 and 10. And Josh Smith had 11 boards. So the Pacers played pretty well. Can Kobe win three-point contest? No, he can't. Tito and LeBron wins the slam dunk contest. And in the All-Star game, the East win is a huge scoring game, which is cool to see. It's stupid when you simulate it and it's like 100 to 90. So LeBron leads the West. Garnett, as a Pacers player on the West, gets 12 and 5 and not very many minutes, so pretty good outing. Your MVP, probably McGrady. Dirk got to play with his former teammates, Kobe, Shaq, and Peyton. Kobe was pretty good. Shaq didn't get the ball much, and neither did Peyton, but he got 7 assists. All right. So we already looked there. Do we still wait to see Gary Payton? I feel like I might be able to take it down to about there. I'm just wondering, like, is there any chance he goes down? I'm afraid actually he might go up. Like, if he goes up one to an 89, then he might want more money. Because sometimes they go up during the season. What else do I want to see? Mock draft, Pacers, 6 of the top 10. I'm sorry, 7 of the top 10. We're missing 5, 6, 7. Rondo would be fun, but that would mean trading Nash, which probably makes sense anyway. Oh, I need to redo mentors. I'll do that after I log off, though. 7 games up on the Pistons now. I am curious. Let's look at the divisions, just to see how bad the Southeast is. Bobcats at 500 are leading the division. Meanwhile, in the West, the Grizz are 2 games up on the Warriors. And then they have 3 really bad teams out West. Quick look at the league leaders. T-Mac, LeBron, Stoudemire, Melo all over 27. Michael Redd, Corey Maggette. We do have Kobe in 8th, so it's cool that he's scoring a lot more. Iverson's still up here. Al Harrington. Timmy's up 22.5 for the Suns. Rebounds, Shaq's 15th, not quite at 10. Garnett's going to be falling down because he's not going to be playing as much. Duncan leading the way right in front of Gooden. Assists, Kidd 11.2. Not quite what he got the last few years, but he's shooting 56% and a career high in threes as well. Stoudemire over 10. Where's Nash? Nash at 9, right in front of GP. Steals, AI leading the way in front of Kidd. Peyton is 4th. There's LeBron. Blocks, Shaq is in 4th. Jermaine O'Neal leading the way. Career high. Kidd's getting a lot of turnovers. Al Jefferson fouls a lot. Tyson Chandler shooting 63%. Even better than last year. T-Mac shooting 3 more times per game than anybody else in the league. Kobe is in 10th. 3-point percentage, there's some guys going crazy. Kobe's at 47.5. Leading the league is Jalen Rose at 51%. He's 93 at threes. Michael Redd's shooting the most of them and shooting a really good percentage. Ray Allen having a good year again. Free throw percentage, Doug Christie's almost perfect. Amare's shooting a lot of free throws. I thought Dwayne Wade, yeah, there he is. I thought Wade would actually do more than Shaq. And then for the Pacers, again, Garnett's stats are a little inflated here because he's only played 2 games or 4 games, whatever it is, with the Pacers. And we know Yao wasn't doing that. Everybody, David Lee was awful in his 1 game. Aaron McKee's been pretty bad in his 5 games. But thankfully, they don't have to play that much. Steve Nash on track for a 50-40-90 season again. Barely with field goals and free throws, but we'll see if he can do it. Dwayne Wade averaging almost 20 points per game off the bench. That is beautiful. And I'm curious now to see, yeah, his last few games. So here's where you see the cheating of playing twice on one day. But since then, he got a career high 33 points. Probably 27 was a career high before that. 6 boards, pretty low, but Yao Ming's about to score lots. Good for him. All right, well, that's where we'll stop. I will go ahead and do the mentor so Kim can mentor somebody. KG probably can too. And yeah, we'll pick it back up later. So thanks for tuning in. Until next time, Shoe Shack Redemption's out.